this legend. Down in what we call Turkey today, there was a small village, and to that village there was a dragon arriving. This is a fairy tale, so this dragon knows how to speak, and he eats people all the time, and he scares people off, and people don't like him, of course. So they gather together some courage, and they walk up to the dragon, and they say, please leave us. We don't like having you here. But the dragon says, I refuse to leave. I will stay here forever. What happens now is that the people, they gather some more courage, and then they say, please, could you stop eating our family members and friends all the time? And the dragon says, well, I could calm down a little bit, but I will have to eat something too, which means that he's demanding to be served something to eat at least once a day, otherwise he will eat some more. So the people don't have any choice, and the condition of the dragon is that he only wants to eat children. And one day, it's the turn of the little princess. You can see the princess sitting there to the right in her green dress with a green crown on her head. And she's just waiting to be met by the dragon. And now she's going to be eaten for lunch, and today she's going to be dying. And then, what do you think happened? Well, George just happens to pass by, and he sees this little unhappy girl right here, and he says, why are you so unhappy? And the princess explains, it's a dragon. Today he's going to be eating me for lunch, so I'm going to be dying. And George, he understands he has to help out here. So he writes off as quickly as he can to the king and the queen, and he says, I, George, I offer myself to kill this dragon for you, but I will do that on one condition too. Yes, 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 all the people says, we'll do anything you ask us for. Well, down here in Turkey, you have a religion called the Islamic belief. I'm a missionary of the Christianity. I demand that you convert and you all become Christians. If you say no, I won't kill the dragon for you. But can you imagine that all the people said, yes, we'll do anything you ask us for. And after that, when George had heard that promise, then he writes off, ta-da, he kills the dragon, and he saves the little princess that survives, and then they live happily ever after.
Very nice.
And then you're probably wondering what this statue is doing right here, but to make a really long story short, we've been like 3 countries that have been like one, but the war was mainly between Denmark and Sweden because we never asked Norway what they wanted. They were either Danes or they were Swedes. And the last time they belonged to anyone, they belonged to us, to the Swedes, because we stole them from the Danes in 1814, and that is what the history is looking like. But once we actually won over Denmark a little bit unexpectedly, and that was 1471, and that was a very long time ago here in Stockholm. And the king that we had at that time, he prayed to God and he said, no one believes that we are actually going to be winning this battle against the Danes. But dear God, if we do win, I promise you that we will say thank you with creating some kind of nice symbol. And then we win very unexpectedly. So ladies and gentlemen, George, he is Sweden, and the dragon is Denmark. And now I also mentioned to